Hi everyone, it's Anne. Today I'm going to do a flip cup and puncture the flip cup. So I mixed up my white and I did, let me see if you guys can see that. Let me zoom right in. So you can see paint is about half, floetrol and water are each about a quarter. So that's about how I do it. And the Dutch Boy Duraclean Satin Ultra White and floetrol. Okay, let me get that out of the way. I'm going to be using yellow, blue, and red, which I love just the primary combination. Usually gets good effects. I am mixing WD-40 silicone in. I'll show you. If you start hearing a lot of commotion coming from above me, it is my daughter coming home and the dog jumping out of her skin with excitement to see her. So my husband and son went out of town for a football game, or a baseball game tonight. So my daughter and I are going to go shopping because I start back to work. I teach at a school next week. And somehow over the summer, I'm going to squirt this with silicone. Somehow over the summer, all the clothes in my closet shrunk. The same damn thing happened last summer and the summer before that. I've yet to figure out how this keeps happening. But you know, it's just it's a modern mystery. And then whenever the boys are gone, her and I, she's leaving for college in 2 weeks, but whenever the boys are gone, her and I always rent a horror movie on Netflix or something. So if I happen to upload this and you happen to watch it in the next hour or two, if you have any good horror movie recommendations, because we keep seeming to watch the same ones over and over because we have a few favorites, but we need some new ones. All right, add some yellow. See, now I've gotten to talking and I really don't know what I'm doing. So yesterday, if you watched, I made two videos, a part 1 and a part 2. Same, quote, painting both times technique, but in the first, there was alcohol in the white. Well, that canvas I didn't like, so I scraped out the canvas, poured some water on the canvas, wiped it off, figured the alcohol would be gone. Well, lo and behold, my painting spread. Like within an hour, it had gotten all feathery and spread out like I've never seen before. It completely lost all shape. And now it just kind of looks airbrushed when I checked it this morning. I've never, ever had that happen. Now I'm flipping. So the only thing I can attribute it to is that possibly there was some alcohol still on the canvas because the alcohol had not dried off. I just wiped it, so it's kind of a bummer because I think I'm gonna have to re-pour the whole canvas. And I swore I was never gonna go near alcohol as a additive. I mean, beer maybe. Just kidding. But I may try it again on a much smaller. That was an expensive Gallery Rep 20 by 20 canvas, which I'm looking for a nail right now. If you can see, I'm just holding this down. So note to self, don't try new things on expensive canvases. But I tend to get really excited about something and just go for it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But so this being held down like this and the paint pouring, it is obviously being sectioned onto the canvas. And yesterday I noticed when I punctured it with the needle or nail, it floated to the top and it ended up really cool. So I'm going to try that again. I use nails for everything down here in my shop. I take things out of the paint. I mean, get a pack of nails, I'm telling you. You can do almost anything with a nail. All right, so I'm gonna put, you can feel it. There we go. And now I am just going to I may have to give it a little help. It's not floating. I'll give it a little help. A little more help. Come on now, you're letting me down on camera. What the heck? I was hoping that it would be like yesterday and it would just float away and leave gorgeous cells in the midst. But it is not. What a shame. So, turns out to be just your typical flip pour. I'm going to zoom in so you can see, watch as the cells develop and as it spreads out, because it's just fun to watch. And you can, focus, focus, focus. Focus. All right, it is not focusing. And by the way, those of you yesterday, some of you responded that, no, don't tilt. Oh my God, I just got so much paint on my tripod. Next time when you yell at me to do things with my pinks, you gotta yell really loud so I can hear it in my house and so I can stop. Because I get really excited and I like to try new things, and then it just, you know, I go overboard. Because I'm all for experimenting, because I don't take any of this too seriously. Because the point of me doing this is, you know, as I told my husband when I first started pouring, I mean, I've always done art, mixed media, mosaics, and whatnot. But when I first started pouring, and I wasn't sure what I was doing, so I was going through, you know, paint like crazy. I was like, it is still cheaper than weekly therapy. Yeah, you figure that's like $100 a week or something. So I don't take this that seriously. I mean, I take, you know, when I'm going and, you know, selling, obviously, you know, I want, you know, I try and be mature and responsible with that. But as for the actual, you know, I mean, it's supposed to be fun. I can't reach over here. If it's not fun, then don't do it. It's not worth stressing yourself out about, you know, if a pour doesn't work, because a lot of mine don't, you just, you know, do it again. Actually, when I was doing mixed media, I was doing a lot of stuff with quotes and sayings and commissions. And I remember one commission, it was for, I need a drink of water, it was for a wedding party. And it was a really cool commission. She gave me quotes and topics about, or things on each of the girls, and I made an individual painting for all of them, which was a awesome gift. And I enjoyed doing it, but then I just kept taking on more and more, and the more it got to be work, because I also had a, you know, full-time job, the less fun it was. And so I took a break. I took a break for about a year, actually. I would do a couple things, you know, for myself here and there. And then when I got back into it, you know what, I'm afraid to even tilt this. I'm going to see how thick it is, though. Oh, it's kind of thick. But I think I'm actually done, guys. This might be the easiest pour ever. So I might be done. I'm going to torch it a little. But I'll finish my thought real fast that if it's not fun, it's not worth it. And when I got back into it, I told myself that if it ever stops being fun to, you know, step back. Because art is supposed to be fun. And you probably couldn't tell by how far away you were, but this canvas, when I started, it was a wiped off canvas. It had been through the ringer quite a few times. I'm gonna zoom you in. You know what? It's kind of starting to feather again. I'm hoping that it doesn't continue to move. Normally I tilt a ton. So normally I have a very, very, very thin white base coat. And this is so perfect. I wish I could just put a dome over it and let it stay like this. But you can see right here, it's starting to feather. This is very, very confusing. It's the same, it's actually the end of a can of paint, so it's not new paint. It's not new floetrol, it's the same water. I really don't know. But I have a feeling, I'm gonna see if I can tilt it a little. You guys are probably screaming, no! I just don't want too much so that it bleeds too much. I'm just gently tilting to the back of my room. You can see my thumb moving. That's the direction I'm tilting. And now I'm tilting back the other way. Just kind of trying to get a feel for how much paint is on the canvas. And it is quite a bit. If I make a video tomorrow, I will film this one in it so that you can see where it's at. And again, if any of you have some ideas about the feathering, because the only thing with this that's different is I mixed up my white paint right before I poured it. Instead of, almost all my other paints have sat for a while. The white has sat for a while. But I've run out, so I've mixed new right before I poured this. But I don't know why that would make a difference. But if any of you have any ideas, please, please, please let me hear them. I'm going to try and zoom in again. And my... There we go, there we go, there we go. All right, I'm going to turn you off. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Please subscribe. Thanks.